ces épisodes que nous vivons, ces épisodes d'insécurité, je voudrais dire aux Africains de ne pas se laisser ébranler par cette période que nous vivons. Les perspectives sont excellentes pour l'Afrique, ça a été dit, ça a été redit. Nous devons nous armer de courage. Il s'agit là d'une expérience qui va nous rendre encore plus résilients pour assumer effectivement notre croissance qui se dessine. Et je pense qu'il faut que nous soyons très optimistes. Ce Sahel dont on a parlé tout à l'heure, que par le passé on fuyait, le Sahel et le Sahara, nous devons faire en sorte, Monsieur le Président de la BAD, de créer un appel d'air au niveau de ces bandes qui étaient considérées comme hostiles, pour les occuper, pour les valoriser, parce qu'elles recèlent des richesses importantes. Nous avons la preuve au Niger, par exemple, que c'est dans cette zone qu'il y a le pétrole. Tout dernièrement, on vient d'avoir spontanément des milliers d'emplois qui se sont créés autour de l'or qui a été découvert dans le Sahara, en plein Sahara. Et donc, c'est pour dire que nous avons toutes les raisons d'espérer. Ces épisodes d'insécurité ne doivent nullement nous inquiéter. Nous devons être capables de les surmonter et l'avenir est beau pour l'Afrique.
Merci. Merci beaucoup. Et on ne pourrait en fait conclure mieux que cette note d'optimisme, mais j'aimerais juste lire 3 suggestions et 3 commentaires que nous avons reçus qui sont en anglais. Et donc la première dit « Poor cooperation between African states is a hindrance in fighting terrorism. We must stop politics of ethnic exclusion. » Il y en a une seconde qui dit « After political freedom, what next? It's time to work smarter for the economic emancipation of our people to ensure security. » Et la dernière, c'est de dire « National government, civil society must collaborate to ensure both national ownership and strengthening collective security on the continent." So this has been a rich debate. Thank you very much, audience. Last round of applause for our guests here, and thank you for participating, everybody.
Merci d'avoir participé à cette émission. Merci.
Well, there you have the Securing the Future session at the ongoing World Economy Forum holding in Abuja. Well, yes, indeed, lots and lots of comments and perspectives about securing the future, especially when you talk about the theme, inclusive growth, creating jobs, and quite a number of recommendations. But the big question was, I mean, having seen non-state violence involving contending armed groups, communal violence seems to be increasing. So the big question there was, how can Africa respond to these emerging security threats? Because, I mean, it's commonly said, capital is a coward. It flees when it's threatened. But now they respond, given so many recommendations. Infrastructure development, some of them did say, is a basic first step that ought to have been taken here. Cooperation amongst African states, they need to pull together. They need to show themselves together. But there again, we had the comments which came yesterday from the Kenyan President, Uhuru Kenyatta, when he did say terrorism is not an African problem. We have also heard the Prime Minister of Britain say terrorism is a global problem. We all need to pull together, rise towards it, and fight it. So here, lots of recommendations from Erastus Wencha to Donald Kabroka to Bineta Diop to Moussa, Amara, Prime Minister of Mali, how they all talked about internal conflicts, how they need to ensure that we begin to pull together and solve the internal conflicts within, addressing that common patrimony, the common interest. Yeah, much as there's a lot of talk about GDP, we, for instance, haven't rebased, but here they say everyone have to have that sense of belonging. You can't alienate anyone and think that all will be well. So, and then the importance of education. Education will provide the skill set, perhaps not necessarily focusing on university education, which will not provide those plumbing jobs and jobs that will just keep the investments in the country. So here they make all of these recommendations, saying it's just about time that everyone really steps up and deal with this challenge. He says, or they also recommended therein that we shouldn't give the impression that all is not well in Africa. Africa is not burning. We also have challenges across the world, but how they respond to all these challenges is key. So if all of these investments are to come to the economy or to Africa, if investors are to invest in Africa, and those investments stay in Africa, and I dare say in Nigeria, some of these policies, some of these recommendations have got to be implemented. So there you have some of the wrap-up of the Securing the Future session at the ongoing World Economy Forum. We'll bring you more on some of those perspectives in our subsequent programmings. Join us again.